Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe
Gangeya Champeya Tadidvinindi Rochi Pravaha Snapitanamao Brinde Bandhu Kabandhu Dyuti Divya Vashi Brinde Numaste Charana Vrindam Pratyuttayo Keli Vilasa Siddhi Tvaso Bhagam Kedani Ruchatanta Vrinde Numaste Charana Bhavinda. Rasa Vilaso Vasatischa Vrindavane Tvadi Sangri Saroja Seva Lavya Chapun Sankripayata Vaiva Vrinde Numaste Charana Bhavinda.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome everybody. So I need a fast monitor today. Okay, so I will make you the co-host, Mataji. Okay. Just give me a minute. I might have to log off and coming back because I want to change it to my hotspot. Okay. Okay, we shall start now. Okay. Okay, today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more slots not taken up. I also didn't follow up, so easy. Okay, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to the course of Gita Gyan. Devinandana Krishna Gita Patena Tushyati. The son of Devaki, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or vows as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita. Okay, today our Lordships in a nice traditional colored pink and blue.
Mataji, there is echo from your side.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. How about now?
Still the same. Yep.
So what do I do?
Maybe there's two devices that you're on, is it?
The other one I already muted it.
Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. How about now? Same?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
How about
Quite bad.
now I'm breaking up? Okay.
Yeah.
Right now? Okay, let me check my network. I've already changed it to my hotspot. Let me close my video. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, just drop a comment if it's okay. Or if it's still echoish. Same. Let me, what do I do here? Should I leave and come back? Is it okay? Should I proceed?
You can, let's see how we can tolerate. It's okay, Mataji. It's still echoing, but yeah, you just proceed.
Let me try one more time. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is it the same?
Yes, Mataji is still the same, but no worries. I think you can just go ahead. We can hear you, but there's only echo at the back.
Wonder why. So this one I muted already. Okay.
Any extra mic you're using?
I don't think so.
It's okay, Mataji. We can go ahead.
Zoom meeting is using my microphone. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Is it okay now? Is it same?
Yes, so much better.
Okay, because I just called my tech support, our admin. Okay, I don't know what went wrong actually. So now the thing is, I will have problem to look at this chat. Just hang on. Hare Krishna, how about now? Do you get the echo?
No, Mataji, it's good.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. Thank you for tolerating me. Okay, yeah, so we were looking at our lordships. And then Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Jai. Gauranitai, none other than Lord Krishna and his brother, Lord Baladev, Lord Balaram. Today's invocation praise by Sobita Mataji. I will just close my video, yeah.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरादस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Thank you, Shobita Mataji. Very nice.
Thank you, Mataji.
We
Thank
pay
you,
obeisance. Yeah, welcome, Mataji. We pay obeisance to our Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We move on to Gita Mahatmya, Apara Mataji.
Gita Mahatmya. I got scared. I didn't realize mine was the first. Okay. Gita Yasna Chana Jai. 1 second.
Okay,
Gita Yasna Janati Patanam Naiva Patanam Sa Eva Manuske Loke Moga Karma Karo Bhava. Translation. What is translation? A person who knows nothing about learning and teaching the Gita is a failure in the duty of the human form of life.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So you're all our success because we are all learning. We are very fortunate. Okay, so we are moving to chapter 13. Okay, so we have I've been repeating, right? There are 3 sections like a sandwich. So we had first 6 chapters, 1 to 6 is about body, soul, action. So basically you can categorize it as karma yoga. Okay, so it discussed the knower of the body, the position by which we can understand the Supreme Lord. Okay. Yes, Jnana Yoga, correct. So now later we went to the patty of the sandwich, the middle 6 chapters, Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga discussed about God, relationship between the individual soul and the super soul in regards to devotional service. and then the superior position of Krishna, subordinate position of the living entity, and then the popular 4 kinds of pious men, impious men. Okay, so you remember that, right? And then last 6 chapters now, 13. So this is a new section. So this section is a little scholarly, so you may want to take note because there are some terms. Okay, but don't worry, as usual, I will recap from time to time. I will take you along carefully. Okay. So by cultivating knowledge here in this 13 to 18, this is the Jnana Yoga section. By cultivating knowledge, one can come to devotional path. So this is the objective of this section. Okay, right. What else? Also, it describes the material nature, prakriti. So nature here. Nature here is prakriti, enjoyer is purusha. Okay, consciousness we will see soul and super soul. We will still see Krishna will give some technical explanation for all this. Okay, so why jnana? Why jnana is at the end? So it is sufficient to have big devotional path to attain Krishna, but there are people who would like to know about the absolute truth. They want to acquire knowledge. So this section is for them. But whatever it is, this jnana is meant to aid bhakti. Okay, it will aid the bhakti. So bhakti with some realization and some knowledge, it will aid you. Okay, it will be together, right? So, I mean, this is what it requires also to become more devotional. So Lord Krishna give us this 13 to 18. Okay, so I think you all remember the 5 topics: Gita, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, Karma. So we are there now, Prakriti. Okay. Here we go this, okay. 13.1, I don't have anybody for 13.1. Somebody? Anybody can? You can unmute. Is it recording? Okay, it's recording. Okay, Mataji?
You gave it to me.
Okay, Paramis Mataji, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Mataji, go on, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Kshetram Kshetranyan Nyanyevacha Etat Vedintum Ichchami Jnanam Neyam Che Kesava. Translation. Arjuna said, "Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and the knower of the field of knowledge and the object of knowledge."
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Question again. Arjuna is asking question. Oh, my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti. Prakriti taken from here. The meaning is immediately given here, nature. Next, he wants to know about Purusha. This is number 2 in his question. Purusha, it means the enjoyer. Then his third question is Kshetram. What is Kshetra? The field. Okay, I want to know about Kshetra Jnana, the knower of the Kshetra. Jnana, okay, knower. And then the fifth, Jnanam, knowledge. And then Neyam, object of knowledge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answers are here. Let me help you to put that like this. He's asking this, nature. What is the next thing Arjuna was asking? Anybody in the chat box? If you remember?
Purusha.
Purusha, right. Number 3. K, start with K, S.
Kshetra.
Kshetra, the field, correct. Correct, Mataji. Next, after the Kshetra, Shobita Mataji, terbalik. The knower of the field, yes. Okay, 5th one. Jnanam, what is Jnanam? Very good, you remember that. Jnanam, knowledge. After knowledge, Jnana, I also forgot the Sanskrit. Object of the knowledge. So these are the 6 ones, yeah. Okay. See, object of knowledge. So Prakriti, nature, Purusha, enjoyer, Kshetra, field. Okay, we will see what's another name for that. Kshetra Jnana, knower of the field. That one got two answers later. Jnanam, knowledge, Neyam, object of knowledge. So if you know this, you will be considered as a learned person in Bhagavad Gita. This is a scholarly part, Jnana Yoga. Okay, okay, but Krishna, he will not explain the answers for this in this sequence. This Prakriti and Purusha enjoy will come at the end. All right. Krishna will explain the field first, and then the knower, the knowledge, and then the object. He will go like this. Okay, field. Okay. So let's go into the answers. 13.2 to 3. Prema Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram Iti Abhidyate Etadyo Vetitam Praho Kshetrajna Itat Vidaha Kshetrajnam Kapimam Vidhi Sharva Kshetresho Bharata Kshetra Kshetra Jano Jnanam Yatta Jnanam Matam Mama. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. O scion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its knower, it's called knowledge. That is my opinion."
Thank you, Mataji.
Welcome.
Okay, so you see, I have underlined. The one highlighted is field. Field is this body. Actually, Kshetra, if you remember the name of this battle, Battle of Kurukshetra. Kshetra is area, battlefield of Kurukshetra. So it's area, field. So Arjuna is asking, what is Kshetra? So Krishna is saying, field. The body is the field. Okay, Krishna giving point-to-point answer. Next was Kshetrajnan. Kshetram, Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna, knower of the field, is one who knows this body. Who knows this body? You know about your body, I know about my body. So we are knower of the field. We are the body, we are the field, we are the Kshetra. We know our body, so we are the knower of the body. Okay, clear? This is the first and second. Okay, however, Krishna says, I am also the knower in all bodies. Which means I only know my body, you know your body. But Krishna knows my body, your body, and everybody's body. So that's the meaning, knower in all bodies. So that's the third one. And knowing this, knowing that I am the body and I am the knower, and Krishna is also the knower in my body, is that knowledge. I am the super soul, I am in this body, I'm the knower of this body as a spirit soul, Jivatma, and Krishna is also here as a Paramatma, super soul, and I know this science. So I, knowing this, is that's the knowledge. Okay, that's what Krishna is saying. Okay, so what is knowledge? Knowledge is to understand about the body and its knower. And there are two knowers, one is me and the Paramatma inside my body. Okay, so clear. So we move. Oh yeah, there was one story. Actually, we will come to this story later. It's Kanakadas. Okay, story. I will tell that later. So I can give you two examples using this analogy: tenant and landlords. What is the difference between tenants and landlords? Say you are tenant in your apartment. You know everything that's happening in your apartment. Okay, but what's the difference between you and the landlord? The landlord knows about all the apartments. So that is that example. You can give this example, you can explain. This is knower, one first knower as a spirit soul, second knower as the supreme soul. All right. Another example is farmer and king. a farmer cultivates his maybe 1 or 2 lands. Okay, he knows. Am I breaking up? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Now you're okay, Mataji. Earlier you were. When you're explaining about the tenant and the landlord.
Oh, okay. Did I finish it? The tenant only knows about his apartment, but the landlord knows about all the apartments. Okay. So the same example goes to farmer and the king. The farmer knows about his land or lands only, whereas the king, he knows all the lands in his country. So that's spirit soul and super soul. Okay, so Kshetra means, it also means agricultural field. The scripture describes as that. So this body is like a farming land and we are the farmer. So it is up to us what crops we are growing. Based on what we get, that's that fruits. So if you sow the seed, as you sow, shall you reap, right? So if we sow the seeds of bhakti, then we get bhakti. Okay, it can grow until the spiritual world and we will be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So we are not advised to use this body, the kshetra, the field, to cultivate something temporary, something that gives temporary result. So we can use this knowledge to responsibly use this body to cultivate bhakti. Okay. Yeah, all right. This is the Kanakadas story. So I hope I'm clear. So I'm going to tell the story now. Actually, this temple is Udupi temple. This one has a different story. So Kanakadas was a shepherd. Okay, he was a shepherd. Finally, he found a guru. He wanted to accept someone as a guru. So this guru, one day, he called all his disciples. Actually, the other disciples, they don't like Kanakadas because seemingly he's a shepherd, right? So he's not, high class, disciple. So the guru wanted to teach a lesson to all the disciples. So he called them. And also he wanted to show the glories of Kanakadas, all right, and his genuinity and sincerity and faith and everything. So this guru gave all the disciples 1 banana each. And then he told them, go and eat in a place where no one can watch you. So he gave this instruction. Yeah, okay, yeah, Udupi, never been there. Okay, so everybody went. Some add the banana underwater. Some even say, I blindfolded myself so that I myself don't see myself eating. Somebody went into hiding to eat. So like this, they all went to a place where they thought so nobody can see them. All right. And then after some time, Kanakadas came back to the guru and said, and the guru saw, hey, why are you still having your banana in the hand? Why you didn't eat it? Then Kanakadas said, I could not find a single place where God would not watch me. So this actually proves the faith of Kanakadas, and also the fact that the God as super soul is watching us under all the circumstances. Okay, so that is his faith. Okay, and just for additional, this is the same Kanakadas for who Krishna broke the wall, because for the same reason he was not allowed to the temple. Okay, the priest chased him out. So Kanakadas went behind the Udupi temple, and he was very well known for his devotional songs. He's a poetic person, I think. So he sang, I think there's a Karnataka or Telugu movie on this. He was singing, and then the Lord turned to the back of the temple and he cracked open that wall and gave darshan to Kanakadas. So until now, it seems that main entrance is closed. Is it correct, Apara Mataji? The main entrance is closed, so the darshan is given through the back wall, right? So that's the information. So how Krishna reciprocates for somebody who has pure bhakti. Okay, so that's the 2 points the Kanakadas demonstrated in his life. Okay, so this slide is not in your standard slide, so I need to link this. Okay, first Krishna already mentioned. He gave all these answers. I mean, here, right? Field, knower, and the knowledge. In brief, the knowledge is pretty brief. Yes, there's that window. Okay, now moving on to hold on. Okay, that field, apart from the information that the field is body, there are activities also, the activities of field. So this can be little technical. This is like going to your school science subject, but to show you the link, that's why I need to put this slide here. But you can see here, it's talking about 5 great elements, the Panchabhuta, and then there are others, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested. I know there's a lot to read, but I need to show you this because it's being put like this in this table form. I hope you all can see it. Okay. Bhakta Kanakadas. Yeah, Mataji. So you have gross elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure generally Indians know this, right? Gross element: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So these are why Krishna is giving this, because he's explaining the activities of the field. What are the things that happening on this field? Okay, these are the elements. All these are elements. Total, there are 24 elements. So Krishna is breaking up for us: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay, next. Knowledge acquiring senses. Remember, this is science, human sense. I remember doing this presentation for my girl last year. So I know eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. And then what are the sense objects for eyes? Is sight, right? It's actually sight. And then ears, sound. Nose, smell. Tongue, taste. Skin, touch. This is the knowledge acquiring senses. Why knowledge acquiring senses? You perceive the outside world through these 5 senses, isn't it? So this is not wrong. This is correct, accurate. And the sense objects are these 5. Now, working sensor. This is something new you wouldn't have seen in your school, in our school. Voice, legs, hands, anus, genital. One is reproductive organ and one is evacuating organ. All right. After this, coming to subtle body. Subtle body, I will give you a visual later. What is this subtle body? Where is it? It's covering of a soul. Okay, the subtle body covers the soul and the gross body covers the subtle body. Now, the subtle body is comprised of mind, intelligence, false ego. Whew. Okay, hang in there. Okay, now I'm going to show you the picture. Soul, subtle body, gross body. Now, this subtle body is this mind, intelligence, false ego. Okay, you may want to ask me, what is this false ego? Ego means that we are part of Krishna. We are the soul. False ego means that we think that we are separate from Krishna. That is a very, very basic answer. Okay, now, so go back here. Unmanifested stage of 3 modes. This one, Krishna will explain in chapter 14. Okay, Pradhana. These are the 3 modes. Later we'll come to that. Okay. To make it easy for you, so anybody can put in the chat box what are the 5 gross elements. Just a quick recap. See if you remember. Earth, fire, water, wood. Wood, no, Mataji. I think wood is Chinese, right? Vedic is 5. Water. No, this 5. Panchabhuta. Fire, earth, wind, ether. One more, Apara Mataji. Okay. Let's see. Earth, correct? Everybody said earth, water, fire, air. Okay, wind, air, ether. Very good. Next, knowledge acquiring senses. This one is basic science subject in school. Through what you perceive the world. Yes, eyes. Next, nose. Yes, nose. 2 more. Lagi, mouth. It's tongue actually, right? Tongue. Right, skin. Correct. Next is 5 working senses. Working. What are the limbs that works for you? Correct. Voice. All right. Genital comes last. Okay. Correct. Legs, hands. Sight is sense objects, right? Later. Anus and genitals. Correct. Next is related to this 5 knowledge acquiring senses. 5 sense objects. Go. Sight. Next. It's very easy. You can connect to this knowledge acquiring sensor. You use eyes to see, right? Sound. Hearing, correct. Smell, nose. Right. Taste, tongue, touch. Very good. So far, so good. Next, subtle body. This may be new for you. Let's see whether you remember. Mind. Intelligence, power, ego. Super. Thank you, Mataji. One more that I said will be covered in chapter 14. It's called unmanifested stage of 3 modes. What was the Sanskrit word? Pradhana, very sharp. Because I thought I only showed you very brief. Very good, Mataji. Thank you so much. So I did this for you. This is additional slide. Okay, see, these are called 24 field of activities. We are the field, and these are the activities that's happening around us. Another slide I added for you. It's not here. This is text 8 to 12. This is about knowledge. So here we expand the knowledge. Earlier, the summary was knowledge is about knowing the field, knowing the knower, who is a spirit soul, super soul, and then knowing this is that knowledge, isn't it? So this is the process of knowledge. Krishna is giving 20 items for knowledge. If you count, there are 20. And all these Krishna say, I declare to be knowledge. And beside this, whatever they may be, is ignorance. Right? Everything should be here. I mean, a person who wants to acquire knowledge to understand the absolute truth should have all this: humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity. Approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification. So all the while we've been doing this, right? Renunciation. So no objections, right, for this? Moving on to absence of false ego. Okay, remember removal of illusion. All this we covered. Now Krishna is putting everything in perspective for us, like technical. Okay, you want knowledge, right? Okay, come, I give you. Like this. The perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease. Yeah, so I always call it vicious cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Detachment. Also, we learn this. Now we are chapter 13. So 1 to 12, we've been hearing this detachment. Freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest. So this one, it has to be reasonable. Okay, you need to make sure that you have provided enough for the family. If you want to go for, you know, some people, they want to go travel to pilgrimage places and they might not come back. So make sure everything is provided for the family. Do not leave them. Do not abandon them. Okay. Even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events. Okay. That means you're not disturbed by happiness and distress. Okay. Constant and unalloyed devotion to me. Aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. So Krishna is giving all these items for somebody who wants to acquire knowledge. Okay. So with this, yeah, Krishna is declaring that is this knowledge. This is also additional because it's not in your standard slide. I need to give this to link. I'm providing this because here Krishna is talking about the knower, the object of the knowledge. Sorry, it's not the knower, it's object of the knowledge. I shall now explain the knowable, knowing which you will taste the eternal. And it is subordinate to me. Okay, actually, he's talking about Brahman. He say Brahman pervades everywhere, but it's subordinate to me. In this way, the super soul exists, pervading everything. Okay, and he is the goal of knowledge, knowing him, part of Krishna, because he already declared here he's subordinate to me. So here Krishna is saying the object of this knowledge to understand the super soul inside you, inside your body, your field. Okay. He is situated in everyone's heart. The name for the aspect, for form of Vishnu residing in our heart is called Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. This is just additional information. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, 13.19. Okay, now Krishna is giving a summary here. 13.19. Also, I did not write down if I given this to somebody. Anybody wants to recite? Kshirodakashayi. Mataji, you can type that out for Ajita Mataji. Anybody would like to recite? Or if I have assigned somebody and then I did not take note, can I? Aviji Mataji, please, please, please.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 13.19. Iti kshetram tata jnanam jneyam choktam samasata mad bhakta edat vijnaya mad bhavayopapadyate. Translation. Thus the field of activities, which is the body, knowledge, and the noble have been summarily described by me. Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature.
Thank you, Mataji. So now, just like a teacher explained and then at the end gives the summary, right? Okay, like we give recap, right? Thus, I have already explained to you the field, and then I mentioned to you about the knowledge and noble. All this I already summarized to you. So 3 things Krishna covered here already. Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly and thus attain to my nature. Okay, this is called Vijnana. Vijnana. I think it's not mentioned here. Vijnaya, the Vijnaya. Okay, so the Lord has described in summary the body, knowledge, and noble. This knowledge of these 3 things, field, knowledge, noble, combined, this is called Vijnana, the science of knowledge. Okay, so others may be difficult to understand, but if you have devotion, that's why Krishna is saying, right? Only my devotees can understand this thoroughly. So I'm sure you all can understand this because we are going slowly. Krishna is giving like a teacher one by one. Okay, because we are hearing from the right sources, we are using the right source, we are hearing repeated words without misinterpretations. Okay, so that's one example. I can talk about this trees later. I will tell you. Okay, next. Now Krishna is going to the material nature. Yeah, 13.20. Also, I do not have a reciter. Anybody? Bindu Mataji can.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita 13.2. Prakriti and Purusha are beginningless. Prakritim Purusha Chaiva Vidhi Anandi Ubhavapi Vikramasko Gunamas Chaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavan. Translation. Material nature and the living entity should be understood to be beginningless. Their transformation and the modes of matter are products of material nature.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so now Krishna is answering the 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4th, right? Material nature. He's saying that it has to be understood that it's beginningless. That means since time immemorial, there is no timeline recorded when this material nature started manifesting. Okay, we don't know. It meant, however, Krishna said it manifests for some time. Later, it becomes unmanifest. So like us, we are also beginningless. We are going through this. Look at that. 8.4 million species of lives. We keeping on circling that. Okay, so body is the field, the soul, the individual soul is enjoying the activities of the body. We saw that, right? Activities of the field, 20 with the 24 elements. Okay, so you just try to look at the sloka, try to understand the translation. Okay, I will not narrate so much because I have a video to narrate that to you, explain that to you. And this video will also bring in verses from previous chapters. So I hope like that, it will help you to link things about material nature. Okay. Mm.
Prakriti. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that all created beings have their origin in two natures, the material and the spiritual, and that he is the source of both natures. Prakriti, that is nature, is actually threefold. Nature consists of a superior energy, para, and inferior energy, apara, and a marginal energy. The superior energy manifests the spiritual realm. The inferior energy, known as nature by scientists, manifests the material world. And the marginal energy, also spiritual by constitution, comprises the infinitesimal sparks of consciousness known as jivas, that is, all living beings. When the jivas choose to associate with matter and identify with the inferior energy, they manipulate it for sense enjoyment, and thus the entire world functions. Everything that exists here is a product of matter and spirit. But spirit is the basic field of creation. Spirit is not created at a certain stage of material development. Matter grows around spirit. For example, a baby's body grows to childhood and youth, then maturity, because the spirit soul is present within the body. Similarly, the entire cosmic manifestation develops because of the presence of the Supreme Soul. Krishna is the seed-giving father of all living entities, and material nature is the womb or mother. Krishna says, "This material nature is working under my direction, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again." Krishna injects living entities into the womb of material nature simply by glancing, and they manifest in different forms and species, depending upon their previous desires and activities. Material nature consists of 8 elements: earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intelligence, and false ego. These are known as Krishna's separated material energies. Another classification describes the elements of the material world as 24. First, the 5 gross elements, they are earth, water, fire, air, and space. Then the 3 subtle elements, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Then the 10 senses, 5 for working, hands, legs, stomach, rectum, and the genitals, and 5 for acquiring knowledge, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Then there are the 5 sense objects, form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. And finally, consciousness. These 24 elements constitute the field of activities for the living entity. It is a miniature universe formed of the 24 universal elements. Though covered by gross and subtle material elements, the soul retains in a dormant state its individuality as an eternal servitor of the Lord. The pure soul in the material world desires to exploit material nature, and the false ego is the identification of the self as separate from Krishna. Material nature is endowed with 3 qualities or modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When these 3 qualities combine and permutate, they create many varieties of consciousness, just as the combinations of the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, create many colors. Conditioned by the 3 modes, the living entity adheres to a particular type of faith, prefers certain kinds of food, and enjoys his own type of understanding, determination, happiness, and knowledge. Bhagavad Gita says that one's tendency towards a particular type of work is determined by the three modes of material nature. Generally, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion to fruitive action, and ignorance to madness. All three modes bind one to the cycle of repeated birth and death. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, Krishna says. Nonetheless, those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Thank you very much. For more videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Right. Thank you for watching. So that's summarized about Prakriti. Also, it mentions about soul. Also, it brought in the field of the activity. So it's a good video. Okay, if you forget any of this information, just run through that. I think it's about 5 minutes. Okay. Right. Before we get somebody to recite this, actually, I don't have anybody. So you can put your name here. Too deep. It's like a summary. Yeah, like I told, this is Jnana Yoga section. Okay, no worries, Mataji. I will tell you a later easy way out for this. Okay, so look at the tree. On this one tree, there are two birds. One bird is enjoying the fruits. Another bird is just watching it. Okay, so here, another picture here, somebody is committing a crime, is disturbing a girl. And then Krishna is looking at it. Okay, now 13.23. Anybody wants to read? Upadrastanumanta cha. Goes like that. Yes, Jagadish Mataji.
Upadrastanumanta cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwaraha Paramatmeti Kape Ukto Dehesmin Purusha Paraha. Translation. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the supersoul.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So here, remember the spirit soul and super soul residing in the body. So the Lord is there as the overseer and permitter. Means whatever you are going to do, he's not going to stop you. He just allows you to do it. Okay, like here, this bird is watching. So this bird is actually watching. When this bird is going to turn back and say, oh, what I've been doing is something, I mean, of course, the fruit eating is not something wrong. Generally, this spirit soul, this super soul is waiting for this spirit soul to turn back to say, I've been doing things wrongly. Please guide me. So the super soul is just there watching, just like the Kanaka Das story. He's watching, all right? Under any circumstances, under any place, time, okay? So the focus here is on the spirit soul, the person, how he is engaged in material enjoyment and how he is forgetful of God. But when the soul turns to God and takes shelter of God and seeks happiness in service to God, in remembrance of God, then the soul becomes free from all misery. Okay, so that is the analogy here. The bird, this bird eating the fruits, and this bird watching, observer, seeing, permitter. And this supreme proprietor is the super soul. Okay, so we have learned this. And so we will come to summary of whatever we have learned today. I know this is a bit small, so I have prepared something easy for you. Prakriti, Purusha. This goes by the sequence of Arjuna's question. Prakriti, Purusha. Okay, Prakriti, nature, Purusha, the enjoyer. Okay, this is the enjoyer. Same enjoyer, okay? We are also enjoyer. Krishna is also an enjoyer, okay? Enjoyer of material nature. We are the enjoyer of material nature. Then Kshetra, the field, the body. Kshetrajna, two knowers. Remember? Knower one is the soul, the spirit soul. Knower two is super soul. Jnanam, understanding of the Kshetra and Jnana. Kshetra and Kshetrajna, these two. Okay, jnanam. Okay, object of the knowledge is Neyam. The object is also knowing you as yourself as a soul and also super soul. So I know this is very small. Let's give you a big one. Who can give me one by one? Let's start with feel. Okay, I already given the answer. I see. Okay, feel, kshetra means body, field of activities. What is the next one? After kshetra, what do we have? Not yet. Prakriti, not yet. Not yet. Purusha also not yet. In the sequence of Krishna answering the questions. After feel, there is a kshetrajna. What is in English, Mataji? Sneha Mataji?
Kshetrajnanam.
What is not knowledge, knower. How many knowers are there, Sneha Mataji?
Super soul and soul.
Yes, correct. Knower of the field, correct. Two knowers, spirit soul and super soul. Next, what Krishna answered? There's jnanam, correct. Knowledge. So under this knowledge, Krishna gives about the understanding of the field, the activities, the knowers. Okay, again, the knower comes again here as a soul and super soul, knowing the body and the knowers. Yes, that's the knowledge, Mataji. Very good. Okay, fourth one. What is fourth? Amari Mataji, awesome Mataji. Okay, next one. Field, knower of the field. Knowledge, Neyam. Okay, in English, it's very easy. It rhymes, right? Field. Kshetra, kshetra, jnan. Jnan, Neyam. So you translate that to English, correct. Object of knowledge. Soul and super soul. This is the object. This is the objective of the knowledge. Knowing soul and super soul. Okay, the fifth one. Krishna addressed little later. Let's see who can remember. Prakriti. What is Prakriti in English? Nature. Very good, Mataji. Remember the video? Okay, Prakriti, material nature and the living entities. Okay. Finally, the birds. Purusha. Correct, Mataji. Yes. Purusha, who is the enjoyer. Then I can hear, some people can say, oh my God, Mataji, I'm too tired for this information. Can you just give me a shortcut? It's too much. It's too scholarly for me. Too much of jnana yoga for me. I'm not a jnana yogi. What do? I have a good news for you. 13.20. Also, I do not have a reciter. Anybody? Anyetvevam ajanantah. Goes like that. Anybody? Sneha Mataji, would you like to?
I'll try.
Okay, Mataji.
Anya tu evam ajanta shrutvan yebya apsate tepi chittarantyava mrityum shruti prayanaha. Again, there are those who, although not conservant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death.
Right. Thank you, Mataji. So if you can't do all this, you can do one thing. We can just see Krishna says here, although not conversant, there are those who are not conversant in spiritual knowledge. So what they can do is simply worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. So just now I had some conversation with somebody and say, oh, this is all not for me. I just want to know what Krishna did, where he got beating and where he started crying. They just want to know that. Okay, so hearing from others about Krishna, and that way, not just simply others, yeah, from authorities. Okay, so we have a certain check and balance. It's like a triangle. We have guru, and then we have sadhu, and then we have shastra. A guru is a spiritual master. Sadhu is other authorities. Okay, and then whatever they say, it has to conform with the shastra. Lacking any one of this, the process is not balanced. It's not perfect. So the perfect system resides on this. Okay, tiga penjuru, yeah. So that way they will transcend the path of birth and death. I have a story here about how a person who's a very simple person can have so much of faith compared to somebody who has so much of knowledge. I mean, the knowledge itself is not good, but we should not get into the ego trap of thinking that, oh, I learned Jnana Yoga section of Bhagavad Gita. I'm so learned now. All right, so we will see what is the difference between this. Let me see if I can bring up this video through this. Let me know if you can. Okay.
Sometimes I recited one story. This is very instructive that Narad Muni, he used to visit Narayan every day. So when he was passing on the road, one very learned Brahmin and taking thrice bath and everything very nicely, he asked Narad Muni, oh, you are going to Lord, will you inquire when I shall get my salvation? All right, I shall ask. And then a cobbler, he was under the tree seeing the shoes, old shoes. He also saw Narad Muni, he also inquired, will you kindly inquire from God when my salvation is? Then when he inquired, Krishna, Narad Muni goes generally this body is coming.
Just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, I'm sorry for taking your time. It's ending with the story. Where did I stop?
The Narayan said, after giving up this body, he is coming here and Vaikuntha. And what about that Brahmin? Oh, he has to remain there still. So many births. I do not know when he is coming. So Narad Muni was astonished. I saw that is very nice Brahmin, and he is a cobbler, how is that? So he inquired, then I cannot understand the mystery, why you say that cobbler is coming after this body, and why not this Brahmin? Oh, that you will understand. If they inquire that what Krishna or Narayan was doing in his abode, so just explain that other planet, not salvation.
Is it here?
Then when he inquired
Yes,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Narayan,
Yes.
Narayan when he goes generally to Narayan in another planet. So he has two, one Brahmin and one cobbler, they inquired like this, may I know what is their destination? The Narayan said, after giving up this body, he is coming here and Vaikuntha. And what about that Brahmin? Oh, he has to remain there still. So many births. I do not know when he is coming. So Narad Muni was astonished. I saw that is very nice Brahmin, and he is a cobbler, how is that? So he inquired, then I cannot understand the mystery, why you say that cobbler is coming after this body, and why not this Brahmin? Oh, that you will understand. If they inquire that what Krishna or Narayan was doing in his abode, so just explain that he was taking one elephant through the hole of a needle, he is pulling an elephant this side and this side. All right. So when he again approached the Brahmin said, oh, you have seen a lot? Yes. So what was he doing? He was taking one elephant through the hole of a needle, he is pulling an elephant this side and this side. Oh, therefore, I have no faith in your, I have but respect for your God. We don't believe all this nonsense. Then Narad could understand, this man has no faith. He simply reads book, that's all. And when he went to the cobbler, he also asked, oh, you have seen what Narayan was doing. He also said that he was doing like this. Oh, he began to cry. Oh, my Lord is wonderful. Oh, he can do anything. So Narad inquired, so do you believe that Lord can push one elephant through the holes of a needle? Oh, why not? I must believe. Then what is your reason? Oh, my reason. I am sitting under this banyan tree, and so many fruits are falling daily, and each fruit there are thousands of seeds, and each seed there is a tree. If in a small seed there can be big tree like that, is it very impossible to accept that Krishna is putting one elephant through the holes of a needle? He has kept such a nice tree in the sea. So this is called belief. The unbeliever and believer means the believers, they are not blind believers. They have reason. If by Krishna's process, by God's process or nature's process, such a big tree can be put within the small seed, is it very impossible for Krishna to keep all these planets floating in his energy? So we have to believe. We have no other explanation. But we have to understand in this way. Our reasoning, our argument, our logic should go in this way. So those who are devotees, just like the cobbler, he may be a cobbler, they believe everything. And those who are not devotees, they
All right, so yeah, we are running behind time. Hold on, just give me a second. What's happening here? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so we will do a quick recap now. Okay, verse 1 to 7. Could somebody tell me what we covered the first few verses? Again, it's the same recap. 1 to 7, we can do it very fast. Matajis, can you hear me? Hare Krishna. Feel, right. So we learned few things under the feel section. Feel, activities, 24 elements, knower of the field, soul and super soul. Okay, it's an important recap. Yeah. Next, Krishna talks about the process of knowledge. Okay, remember there's so many items. Yes, how many items? Anybody remember? No. Okay, you see here the activity here. This is the 24 elements. Oops. The 24 elements are here. Okay, in the field section. No, all these 24, 6 all here, 24 elements. Now the knowledge, remember there's so many items, correct, Gandhi Mataji. Yeah, 20 items, okay? And then the next section is about object of knowledge. That's between 13 to 19. What is the object of knowledge? Correct, soul and super soul. Okay, finally, what is that final section? Is between 20 to 26. What is not covered here yet? We have seen feel, the activities, all the elements, and then the two knowers. Remember the farmer and the tenant story. And then we have process of knowledge, 20 items, and the object of knowledge, soul and super soul, understanding the connection, material nature. There are a few more, nature, enjoyer, and interaction. Okay. So I will give you this slide later. I need somebody to read this. I think Meena Mataji is not here. She said she'll be late. I think she's not here. Anybody would like to? Can just read it. Vijay Mataji, can I request you?
Yes, sure. It's just to read, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Jaya, sorry. Shh, Bobo. Jaya vachakam iti udeti bhavato namaswarupa dvayam purvashmat param eva hanta karunam tatrapi janimahe yastasmin vihita parada nivaha prani samandat bhavid ashyenedam upashya sopihi Shadanandam Buddhau Majjati. Translation: O holy name, you are manifested in two forms. One, the Supreme Person described by the holy name, and two, the sound vibration of the holy name. We know that the second form is even more merciful than the first, because although a person may commit many offenses to your first form, he will still plunge into an ocean of bliss by serving your second with his voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So that's the glory of the holy name. Even if you commit offense, seemingly committing offense to Krishna himself, but the holy name will save. So the holy name is said to be more merciful. So like this, we can love Krishna with just by the chanting of his holy name. So don't worry about this knowledge, this 24 elements, 20 items of knowledge, all these processes. Okay. So this is a simple way. Some people, they like knowledge acquisition, no problem. Some people just want to be simple as the cobbler. They just want to worship him that way with faith. Okay, so Bhagavatam is available. Gita is also available. So the organizers have requested us to remind all the participants to fill up your data update form. Today is last because they have 900 certificates to fill up, and they need to get the signature from Sri Jaya Pataka Maharaj. So they need time to do all that. So I hope you have updated. All right, thank you, Mataji. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. So thank you so much. I've taken so much of time. Basically, it's because of my audio. I don't know what happened to my audio. Luckily, our tech support able to answer the phone. And thank you for tolerating me. Thank you, Mataji. Any questions? Was it too heavy today? Anybody find it too heavy? Yeah. Jnana yoga. Yeah, that's it. So Krishna here providing all kind of yogas. Yeah, I understand, Mataji. Yeah, actually, it will be heavier if I just give you the standard slide. Later, you will see the PDF slide and you see whether you understand or not. So I wanted to put something easy for you to see, because I recap like 2-3 times, right? You all were able to answer. Yeah, you all able to answer. I was worried that you might not remember. So that's good. It's good. Actually, at this very beginning stage, you are exposed to all this information compared to me. I didn't know all this in the beginning. Yeah, okay. The thing is, it has video inside, right? So it becomes too heavy. I think I should give it in a Google link. Yes, yes. Very deep. I know, I understand. That's why Jnana Yoga is at the last. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your prompts and comments and everything. Okay, so tomorrow is material nature, chapter 14. So chapter 14 also, you don't have to worry so much. Okay, 3 modes of material nature. I'll try to make it, even the information I given, I have to follow that, but I will try to make the understanding easier for you all. Thank you, Matija. Everyone participating. Viji Mataji's dog, Kajai Mataji's dog. It's very nice. All right, Matija, I've taken so much of your time, so have a good, restful night. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Good night, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Apara Mataji. Okay, Ajita Mataji. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient, understanding, try to understand.